Tell me when you're ready.
Whenever you're ready, Terry.
Okay. I'd like to call to order the Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program Ynapp Grant Review Board. Today is January 9th, 2018, and it is approximately 3:43. We're at City Hall at 495 South Main Street in the Human Resources First Floor Training Rooms 4 and 5. Madam Clerk, are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
Yes.
Will you please do roll call?
Member Reyes? Excused. Member Skousen?
Present.
Member Kilpanine?
Kilpone.
I know I messed that up. Member Williams?
Present.
Member Torres?
Present.
Member Bonaventura?
Present.
Member Newman?
Present.
Member Vienna?
Present.
Did I say that? Member Butler?
Present.
Member Sorosa? Excused. Member Espy?
Present.
Member Hernandez?
Present.
Member Richard?
Present.
Member Sierra? Excused. Member Vega? Excused. Member Beto?
Present.
Thank you.
Do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Item number 3, public comment. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, give your name for the record, the amount of discussion, as well as the amount and the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Is there any public comment at this time? Seeing none, we'll move to item number 4. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the regular meetings of January 9, 17, 19, 24, and 30, 2017. So, provided to you are the minutes of all the Ynapp meetings from last year, which need to be approved by this board. Although some of you may not have been on the board last year, this is the ministerial act of approving the minutes as they are as a record. You do not have to verify them as to the accuracy. These are the minutes that the city clerk has provided to you as to what she recorded as the minutes. So we need a motion to approve.
I make the motion to approve.
All right. There's been a motion to approve item number 4. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, introduction of board members and city staff. At this time, I would like to turn this over to Candace Boring, who will tell us about the Ynapp program for this year and introductions.
Hi, I'm Candace Boring, and I'm a Youth Development Specialist here at the city in Youth Development and Social Innovation. If each of you could introduce yourselves. If you're an adult, if you could just say who you're here to represent. And if you are a youth, if you could say maybe what grade you're in and what school you go to, so we can all get to know you a little bit better. Would you like to start first?
Yeah, my name's Chance Bonaventura. I'm with Councilman Fury's office, and I look forward to doing this.
My name is Hilda Hernandez. I'm a senior at Canyon Springs High School.
Hi, my name is Terry Ponicella. I'm Assistant City Attorney, and I've been your legal advisor for the Ynapp program for many, many years. And I love this program.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shania Espy. I'm a city employee here in the Youth Development and Social Innovation Department, and I'm also a senior at Legacy High School.
I'm Becky Skousen, and I work with Councilman Starbert Sandy. I'm Ann Kilponen, and I work with Mayor Pro Tem Lois Turkanian's office.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Richard. I'm a freshman at Veterans Tribute Career and Technical Academy, and I'm happy to be here.
Hi.
Excuse me.
Hi, I'm Selena Torres. I'm representing Councilman Coffin's office, but I'm a teacher at El Dorado High School.
Good evening. I'm Ronaldo Beto. I'm the Vice President of the Peterson Project, Batteries Included.
Mark?
Oh, I'm allowed to go now?
Yeah.
Mark Newman, Councilman Soroka's office. Happy to be here.
Good afternoon. I'm Harry Williams. I don't have enough energy to jump up and stand up, but I'm a little too old. Sorry. And I represent Councilman Barlow.
My name is Marco Reyna. I'm a youth services librarian over at Spring Area Library.
Hi, Zakia Butler with United Way of Southern Nevada. I am the director of community capacity building.
Okay. We'll move on to item number 6. It's review of bylaws and responsibilities for the Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program pertaining to the project selection process and agenda items. And I'm going to turn this over to Candace Boring.
Okay. So in our bylaws, it says that there are 15 members on our board and 2 alternates split between both adult and youth members. All members shall be appointed by the mayor and city council. Your appointments were approved in November. There are designees in every council ward, and the mayor, all of the youth roles are selected by the mayor. Each member in good standing has 1 vote on each matter submitted to the board. And if any member of the board misses 2 consecutive meetings without prior authorization of the chairperson, the board shall send a letter to the member suggesting the member's resignation. If the resignation is not forthcoming, the city staff may recommend to the city council that the member be removed from the board. If this happens, you're unable to serve in the board in the future. Resignation, you may resign by filing a written resignation with the chairperson of the board, or you could send it to me. The term for a board member in Ynapp is 1 year, and you can be reappointed every year after that. The youth board member can only be a youth as long as they are in high school still. Membership on this board is not transferable, so you can't give your space to somebody else. All of our meetings are stated in written notice, City Hall, and Clark County Government Center, the Grant Sawyer Building, and the City of Las Vegas Development Services Center. All of the days, times, and locations. Quorum, attendance by 8 members of the board shall constitute a quorum at each meeting. Alternate members who fill in for an absent member shall be included for the purpose of constituting a quorum at such meetings. If a quorum is not present at any time of members, quorum is not present at any meeting of members, a majority of the members present may adjourn the meeting from time to time without further notice. So it is super important that you guys are here so you can meet quorum and you don't have to reschedule meetings. Our purpose of the board is to review the applicants for the Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program grant. There were 50 applicants who were qualified, so we will be using all 6 meeting dates this year. When they come to present, you'll be able to learn more about them and to make an informed decision on whether or not they should receive funding or how much funding they should receive. The majority of members present at a meeting at which a quorum is present shall be active board members unless the active a greater number is required by law. And there are officers. We have a chairperson and a vice chair for this board, and we'll talk about voting for those shortly. And any officer appointed may be removed by the board members whenever an officer misses 2 consecutive meetings, just like with people who don't make it to the meetings in general.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Are there any questions of Candace of the bylaws? Does everyone understand the bylaws? Okay. Thank you. We'll go over item number 7, report on the fiscal year 2017-18 application summary worksheet and rating sheet, evaluation criteria, and scoring report. Candace?
Yes. So each of you in your small packet has received a form that says presentation evaluation guidelines. For those of you who have served in the past, you no longer have to input scores into Zoom grants. You can just review their applications online with the passwords you've received. If you haven't received one, let me know. We'll get you fixed up. So this is just something to look at, to take into account for when the groups come in to present. We want to try to make sure that they're answering all of these questions, taking note of these important things about their group. Again, there are no number scores, just keeping in mind that their project fits within what Ynapp is, a community service project that they're going to do in the neighborhood with a youth and adult team leader within the city of Las Vegas.
Andrew.
Yeah, so you don't have to fill this out, but if you want to take notes, there are little notepads in front of you.
Okay. Okay. We'll move on to item number 8, discussion for possible action on the election of the chair and the vice chair. So the bylaws require that the chair and the vice chair be a youth member. So what we typically do, what we've done for all the past years, is we look to the youth members and ask if any of them would like to become a chair or a vice chair. After, if someone agrees, makes a statement explaining their background, and then when everything is said and done, we take a vote. There are pink cards there with your name on it where you can put down who the vice chair is and the chair. I think the best way to go through this is just see who would like to be a chair, and then by the number of votes, the one with the most votes gets the chair position, and the second one gets the vice chair. The chair actually runs the meeting. I have opened up this meeting for you, but after this agenda item, we vote for the election of the chair and the vice chair. They will actually run the meeting, do the presentation, talk to the applicants, and keep order and control of everything. The vice chair will actually keep track of the timing, and I don't know what the timing is of the applicants. How much time does an applicant get to present, and how much time does an applicant, the board gets to ask questions? Did you time that out?
They have a 10-minute presentation time and 10 minutes for questions.
So 20 minutes for each applicant? Okay. Okay. So that's the role. If the chair can't attend one of these meetings, the vice chair will have to fill in for that position. And then the finale is the chair and the vice chair actually do the presentations before the city council, which you have scheduled for February 21st. So is there anyone that is interested in a chair position? I'm speaking to the youth members. Okay, go ahead, stand up and reintroduce and say why you would like to be the chair.
Absolutely. Okay, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Shania SB, and I'm interested in running for chair for the 2018 Ynapp board. Currently, I do serve as the 2018 Batteries Included Teen Ambassador for the program here at City of Las Vegas. I was also one of the few teams selected to represent Las Vegas for the All-American City Awards that we held in Colorado 2 years ago. Another thing that I would say about me, I'm very involved in the community. Currently, I do serve as the chair for the CCSD School Board Council, so I do have previous experience in running meetings, conducting meetings, and once a month I go before the Board of Trustees and I report issues that are going on in the school board that they need to pay attention to that we as students can fix. So that's one of the things that I also do. I was an LVMPD Explorer for 2 years, and then let's see, that's about me. I'm just overall really excited about being on the board this year. I've kept in contact with Candace. I've been emailing Lisa Campbell since last year trying to get on the board. So I'm just really excited for this year and hope you guys choose me. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else interested in a chair position or serving as the vice chair? Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Richard. I'm a freshman at Veterans Tribute Career and Technical Academy. I've actually applied for a Ynapp grant from the past. I've also represented Las Vegas in the All-American City Award, and I was one of the finalists, the youngest finalist for the Youth Award there. And overall, I've had such a great experience with Ynapp. My sister was previously on the board, and I took place. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm really excited to work with all of you.
And is anyone else interested in a chair position? Okay. Okay, well, at this time, why don't we take a few minutes to fill out the pink card of who you would write down as your chair selection and your vice chair selection, and Candace will go around and collect them when they're ready. You just put them up in the air.
Yeah, can you tell us the names again? Make it bigger for old people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're just all.
It's just a pink card. You're going to get it. Okay. Anyone else have a card they're holding? Okay, I am going to call this meeting into recess so Candace can take a ballot, count everything. So while we take just a few minutes, and she'll let us know what the results are of the ballots. Okay? Meeting in recess. Okay. Okay. Meeting back in order. So the results of the election of the chair is Shannon Espy, and the vice chair is Rebecca Richards. Congratulations. So at this time, I get to turn over the entire meeting to the chair. And I'm going to ask that you change places with Shannon, so she can sit next to me. And Rebecca, would you like to sit right here where, well, I'm trying to figure out where would you like the timer person?
Wherever you would like. I'm good, Terry, if you want them to switch here.
Okay, so where
Sure.
Becky Skousen is.
Sure.
So that we're a little closer.
That's fine.
This is her phone.
So I'll be staying here.
I get to.
Who's it for?
Oh, we moved.
So,
I was gonna put that in.
yeah. Okay, so speak up now.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Now moving on to agenda number 9, discussion for possible action regarding the Youth Neighborhood Partnership Program Youth Presentation Schedule for January 9th, 10th, 16th, 18th, 29th, and 30th of 2018. I now pass this over to Ms. Candace Bourne.
So do you want me to say every single day?
Well, Ms. Boring, I think you need to address this item as to the schedule of the dates and the importance of the dates and what is to be anticipated on the presentations on each of the dates, and then the last date when you have the consideration of the boards. So
I'm going to finalize the last 2 days, so I don't need to say every group.
well,
today.
just in general, what this item is about.
Okay. So the schedule is January 9th, 10th, 16th, 18th, 29th, and 30th from 3:30 to 7:30 every day. There will be a dinner on every day and break. The groups are scheduled in 20-minute increments, and they have 10 minutes to present their project idea, and we have 10 minutes for questions from the board in case there's anything that you are unsure about, if you need to ask more specifics for their project.
What happens at the last meeting?
On the last meeting, after all of the groups have gone, the board members will deliberate on how much funding the groups should or should not receive, if you believe them to deserve funding. It has happened in the past where the groups have just been split evenly in money. Other times they have looked at their specific needs in their project budget and given them less depending on their need. After you guys come up with how much money each group should get and any stipulations in regards to receiving the grant money, I will write that up and submit that to City Council for February. You all are invited to City Council as well. And again, the Vice Chair and the Chair are invited, well, asked to participate in that presentation as well. We really want this to be a fun experience for our groups that are presenting. Most of them are really young, so being really friendly and asking good questions. For most of our groups, it is the first time that they're here presenting for Ynapp, so they might be a little nervous. But really, we're just trying to get a feel for their project and how passionate they are about it, how involved they are in their projects.
Are there any questions of the board members on this agenda item? Seeing none. Moving down to agenda number item 10, report on Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program applications submitted by Almond Youth Service Learning Project, titled Not in Our Neighborhood, aka Neon, Clean Up and Keep Up Project Block Party, Alliance for Academic Quiz Bowl Tournament for Middle School Kids, Association of Professionals and Students, Projecting Opportunity, Association of Professionals and Students, Tools for Success, which is by Desert Pines High School Math Club, Desert Pines, again.
I think it's Desert Pines.
Okay.
Point of order.
It was
Were we supposed to approve the minutes? This is for possible action.
Oh, that's a good point, Chance. I didn't even think of that. Why don't we, I'm sorry, we were supposed to go back to item number 9.
Okay, perfect.
I'd like the motion to approve discussion for possible action regarding Youth Neighborhood Partnership Program, youth presentation schedule for January 9th, 10th, 16th, 18th, 29th, and 30th for 2018.
Okay.
approve the date?
Yeah,
Yes.
approve the schedule.
All in favor?
Aye.
It was item number 9. All in favor of item number 9?
Aye.
Opposed with nay? Okay, seeing none. Motion approved. Moving down to agenda item number 10, report on the Youth Neighborhood Association program. Application submitted. Almond Youth Service Learning Project, titled Not in Our Neighborhood, aka Neon, Clean Up and Keep Up Project Block Party, Alliance for Academic Quiz Bowl Tournament for Middle School Kids, Association for Professionals and Students, Projecting Opportunity, Association for Professionals and Students, Tools for Success, Desert Pines High School Math Club, Doolittle Leaders of Tomorrow. It's twice. Okay, yeah, it's twice. Desert Pines High School Math Club, Doolittle Leaders of Tomorrow, Teen Lockdown, Faith Lutheran High School Students, Rainbow Dreams Ambassador Leadership Program, Girls Friends of Colors, Ready, Set, Read, Spaghetti Literacy Night. And I now pass it over to Ms. Candace Boring.
Faith Lutheran High School students, Rainbow Dreams Ambassador Leadership Program, will not be able to make it tonight. We could cross them off. They've been rescheduled for January 30th.
Can you repeat the calendar?
Yes. Faith Lutheran High School students, Rainbow Dreams Ambassador Leadership Program. That's the second to last group for tonight. They will not be here. So they've been rescheduled for January 30th.
Would we have a motion to pay since it's on the schedule?
No, because she's gonna put it on another, what agenda? The 30th. So, I think that's a good question to ask whether we would obey it.
Just because we just motioned to approve the
Because if we
schedule.
obey it, we would have to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
So, I think she's just gonna put it on the next agenda.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So at this time, we're waiting for this. We have the attached schedule that shows the times that each of the applicants will be making their presentations to the board.
So we have that in your packet. So your first time is 4:20.
So we got a few minutes.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes.
Um,
Member Harry Williams.
Thank you. I know it hasn't been mentioned, but I know in the past several years, just about every year, we have a board member or somebody who has been part of one of the presenting groups. So I don't know if we didn't mention in the bylaws how somebody would have to abstain from voting on those particular items. So can we?
Can I address that?
Yes, please.
Okay. That's a good point. So I don't know if any of the board members have any type of relation or conflict, or they have a participation with one of the applicants. If that's the case, come up to me and we can discuss it, because there's a difference between whether you will have to abstain, and but if you do abstain, you will not be able to ask any questions of the applicant, or if you just need to disclose and tell the rest of the board members. It all depends on your involvement with the applicant. So, but that's a good question. So I think since we have a few minutes, why don't we go the meeting in recess?
Okay. So for a few minutes, I'm going to place the meeting in recess at approximately 4:13 p.m. The meeting is now in recess.
Very good. This is your script.
Okay.
So this is what you're going to say, and this is really 2018 when they kind of come in. You can do it the way.
Right.
This is what I always prepare.
Okay.
And what you want to say. And so it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then they have 10 minutes
For questions, right?
to ask questions.
Okay.
And then and then when you get to their 10 minutes or at the end of the presentation.
At this time.
One secretary.
Hmm?
1 second.
If we could please have our first group, All Main Youth Service Learning Project at this moment. Hello, welcome. My name is Shania, and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Welcome to the Ynapp board today. Your group will be making a presentation to the board today. You are given 10 minutes to make your presentation, and then the board will allow you to have 10 minutes to ask questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we will need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Jesse. I go to Odyssey Charter School. This is
my name is Jemiah Pointer. I go to Odyssey Charter School as well. The name of our group is Neon.
Jamie? Jemiah. Would you please just speak a little louder so our county clerk could hear you?
Yes. The name of our group is Neon. I work in Barton Banner projects, and we should not have to see bottles and broken glass, trash, and even worse on the street when I walk to school.
Just a little louder for me, please.
We don't bite.
Just relax.
You're fine. I'm just really nervous. I'm fine.
We're all naked. You're good.
Not in our neighborhood. It is a group of kids who see trash and want to do something about it. We can pick up the trash, break dead weeds and grass. If we kids do this, maybe adults will follow. Maybe they will think before they throw down trash. Even if they don't, we will organize monthly cleanup. I think that we should start helping to clean our community by putting trash cans in more convenient places. If we do that, we can reduce litter, and there will be no need for cleaning up another's trash or mess. We can also have paid or volunteer cleanup crews to pick up trash at least twice a week. They can pick trash in places such as parks, schools, buildings, etc. We can slowly progress into building more centers and boys and girls clubs that many kids can go to. They should still be fed and safe and have fun activities, and some of these centers shouldn't cost money for kids to go to them. No child, such as myself, should have to pay to be safe or fed. We can also help our community and the homeless by building more shelters for the homeless to go to. We're helping the community by clearing the streets of people in need. We're helping the homeless because many of them may be too weak or sick because a certain condition they may have and may not have the strength to get to a shelter. If we build more, then it'll be more likely for them to get to the shelter and get the help that they need. There are many things that we can do in order to help our community. We can maybe even have a few schools set a day for students to come out and help clean up. There are a lot of things that we can do to help our community. So, as of right now, here are some things that we should do.
Things that you were talking about were we're starting a community cleanup in our area. We'll be going to the projects that are next door to our learning center. We'll be cleaning it up, and during that
clean up, and have to clean up every day. And if we do this, then we won't have to worry every single day about should we have to clean up after someone else.
And this will show to the people within the neighborhood that live there that during the cleanup it will show that having a clean area will provide most likely comfort and aware that the that the unclean area they live in can be clean, and they'll start picking up the trash that they see every day and throwing it away, keeping the area nice and neat.
I have little brothers and a sister. In our neighborhood, it's not very clean, and we would like for it to be clean. I have to make sure that my little brothers don't go around anything too dangerous or that can hurt them, and I don't want to see that anymore. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to help clean up to make it better for them to be able to be kids and play around. And I think this program will be the best solution for that.
Okay. That will be the best solution for them. That way the kids won't grow up throwing trash on the ground themselves, and they will eventually have the awareness growing up like that and throwing away. And that will probably provide other generations for those kids to start doing the same thing, and most likely spread out into the city, and they will start doing the same thing and repeating their actions.
My siblings are very young, and I don't want them to just be used to seeing a mess every day. I want them to actually grow up to be someone who wants to clean up, not just want to sit there and think that it's normal to see trash on the floor. One of my little brothers, he sees it very normal right now. He just litters. I see him litter all the time, and I don't want to see that anymore. I just want him to think that it's okay to throw it away.
All right. At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members at this time?
I have a question. Great presentation. I know you guys were nervous, but you did a great job. And I really like the idea of your project. It looks like you are committed to doing this long term. It sounds like it's kind of an ongoing project. I just was wondering, you've got a lot of things that you're buying in your budget for the cleanup stuff, and you have some donations too, and I wasn't sure where the donations were coming from.
The donations will be coming from the neighborhood, and they most likely they want to support our cause of cleaning up the area that we live in.
And then if I could just add one thing, we also partner with Metro.
Excuse me, could you please stand up and identify yourselves?
My name is Maad Ade. I'm sort of the outreach director. And just to your question, we partner with Metro, 3 Square Food Bank and So, and other community organizations, as well as the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority that manages Marble Manor projects.
Okay.
And so they will also be donating time and equipment and supplies and stuff.
Okay, so these look like the snacks and stuff are maybe coming from some other place. That's why I was wondering.
Yes.
That's great. Good. I really like. I didn't take my name for the record. Sorry. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
And I love the way that you guys are thinking forward and realizing that you want to keep your area where you live beautiful, and you're hoping that it's going to kind of have a ripple effect and go out to the city. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Member Harry Williams, and please state your name for the record.
Harry Williams. Great job. That's one of the projects things that we do on a regular basis. There's a lot of resources that the city has when you guys get ready to do your project. I know a lot of times you need to go out and buy a lot of tools, a lot of different things, but within community services, they have a large trailer that have a lot of tools and stuff to help and assist with some of the things that you guys may need to do to break up things, leave, those kind of things. So as you get ready to do a project on a particular day, you can reach out and there's a trailer that the city of Las Vegas has that can assist with some of the actual tools and herb pads and those kind of things. So look at all those resources and for doing that. My question though is, if you don't receive the maximum amount of what you requested, will you still be able to do your project?
Yes, if we don't receive the funding, we'll probably put it in ourselves and try to get as much like food and trash resources as we can to help with that.
Member, could you please state your name for the record? Thank you.
I think you guys did a phenomenal presentation, and I love the idea of the project. I just did have one main question. So, like, what area is it that you're serving? I know you mentioned the zip code of Union 106, but I was just wondering if you could be a little more specific.
Streets. Our main street is Martin Luther King, and I live in Ynapp, so our main street is Martin Luther King and Washington.
Thank you. And then one more question too. So do you guys already have? Are you guys doing this? Because you guys have the food already donated, and then you're just using the cleanup. Do you plan on doing the party once and then using the supplies multiple times so you can kind of continue to do it?
Yes.
Is it going to be a monthly project, weekly, or have you guys not?
We're trying to do it at least once a month.
Okay. Thank you.
Shania SB for the record. Like she said, you guys did a great job, and I love you said you shouldn't have to pay to be safe, and I agree. So thank you for saying that, because that kind of touched me. But I had a question. With the idea of the barbecue in the neighborhood, what ways, after the barbecue, following it, what ways are you willing to keep the people who actually come out, what ways are you willing to keep them accountable that they continue this process of beautification in your neighborhood?
Like being said, with having it monthly, we're hoping to inspire the people and have them like be aware of what everyday living and not be used to having built around where they live at.
Okay, so like a monthly kind of meeting thing? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Any other questions?
James Garner. So I just had a couple questions. So how many people do you have that are going to be doing that on that one day, the block party day, to help out? And how long are you thinking about? Is it the whole day you're going out cleaning up, or
it'll be a daily project, like a day project. It'll be the whole day, and at least 70 people.
Okay.
At least 70 kids. But we can have more people come and join. It's more of a neighborhood thing. They don't necessarily have to come to clean. They can come and enjoy themselves, but we mostly want to just clean up the neighborhood and make it better for everyone.
Member Takia Butler, please.
Hi, Takia Butler, for the record. I love one of you guys did a really good job. I know you're really nervous. So I have 2.5 questions. One of them is kind of clarifying. So in terms of your theory of change, so the idea is that you see trash, and let me know if I'm wrong, right, in what I think I heard. So in your community, you're seeing a lot of trash. Specifically, you guys are working in Marble Manor, or just like that MLK and Washington area?
We're going to first start off in the neighborhood and hopefully expand.
Okay, cool. So you'll start out in that neighborhood. You've seen trash. The idea is if you clean that trash up, then it will create a safer space for your siblings, and hopefully it'll change the behaviors of the people that you see, like adults and children will then feel like, okay, my neighborhood is beautiful. I should be a part of making sure that it's safe. Is that kind of the general setup? So I want to, because I think that's awesome, and I think it's a really good idea. I'd like to hear a little bit more about sort of the logistics of how you imagine this happening. So are you guys going block by block each time? Kind of like, how are you imagining the day to go?
We're more going to go around one block first. We're going to go block to block, and we're gonna have fun with it, but we're just gonna, enjoy ourselves. We're all picking up trash, and we were doing the block party. We were gonna have
like you said, we're gonna have fun while picking up trash. That's probably not the best thing to have fun here. So we're gonna have to try and keep it as caffeine safe as possible, block by block. We'll have to do.
Okay. And so I encourage you guys to put that, as much of that on paper, and as detailed as you can be. My follow-up question to that is sort of what does success look like? So what are kind of this might be rhetorical, but if you can't answer that, let's hear it. But what are your metrics for success? So is it how many kids show up to work alongside you guys? Is it how long after you clean a block it stays clean? Kind of how do y'all know that you've won, essentially, what you're trying to do?
The success for us will be how many people will come to support our idea, and how, like you said, how long it will last till the next cleanup.
Okay. And then the last question that I kind of wanted to ask was, do you know why, or what some of the root causes are of why some of the trash exist? I know in your application you talked about some dumping and some other kind of there's little trash, like cigarette butts and things of that sort, but there's also dumping. That's accurate, right? You guys said that in the, I read a lot of applications, so I want to make sure I saw it in yours. But I think I saw you guys write something about larger types of trash.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys plan on?
If I could help, just clarify a couple of things. One is, so we're
Please identify and state your name.
My name is Ahmad. I'm
Thank
the outreach
you.
coordinator. And so trash in this sense is a really generic term, but in reality, because we're right next to the homeless quarter, trash also includes hypodermic needles, bottles of urine, food containers, stuff that's completely unsafe. That's why Metro and CCFD partner with us, so they're supervised when they go out, and so some things they don't pick up. There's not much of a dumping problem, but everything else is. So we don't get many couches and beds and stuff like that, but anything else that you can think of, from food containers to hypodermic needles to actually human waste, is a part of the problem.
Okay, thank you for that. So I guess my last thing would be, as you guys think about how to prevent the sustainability of what you're trying to do, one of the things to think about is, well, why is this happening? Why is this certain type of trash? So knowing that it's kind of related to the fact that y'all are so close to the homeless corridor, maybe there's an additional solution as you go, because I think y'all are going to knock this out the park. And then it becomes, all right, the neighborhood's clean, now what's the next thing to think about? And I encourage you guys to think even more deeper, if and when you can, about, well, what are some reasons why the neighborhood might look like this, and what things can we do to address that also? So thank you for your presentation. It's really good.
All right. That's all the time we have for questioning. I'm sorry. But thank you for your presentation to the Ynapp board. You guys did really great. Good job, guys. This Ynapp board will be voting to recommend at the Ynapp Awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on February 21st. Your group will be notified by Candace Boring, who introduced you guys in, about your application, and thank you guys for again coming. You guys are so great. Okay. I now call this meeting to recess. Okay, right.
Good job, Rebecca.
Oh, what's up? I don't even see you there.
You should be here for all these
What are you
meetings.
doing? Sneaking about?
So it's okay. We still catch her. That's all I want to do.
Okay.
If I hear her say something, call me and I'll start so it'll giggle.
Okay, you ready?
I now call this meeting back into order at this time.
Please, we're going to hear from.
At this moment, we're going to hear from the Alliance for Academic Quizful. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Shania Espy and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation. Then the board will have 10 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we will need for you all to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
All right, hi, we're Alliance for Academic Quiz Bowl. I'm Ishan Vakil.
I'm Max Maranto.
I'm Devika Bararia.
And we'd like to share with you some information about our project, Education Through Quiz Bowl for middle school students.
First, a table of contents. First, about us. Then the project, the objective, group reflection, volunteer duties, financials, and why Ynapp should fund us.
So first, let's tell you a little about us. So Alliance for Academic Quiz Bowl is a Nevada nonprofit dedicated to inspiring academic excellence. And we host an annual tournament for middle school students here in the Las Vegas area. So first, our story. In 2015, my middle school sent its first team to a national academic quiz tournament. And on our way from the airport to the hotel where it was going to be held, we struck up a conversation with another team who was from a different state. And they asked where we were from, and once we told them Las Vegas, someone said that they were surprised that people in Las Vegas studied. And there were a lot of sneakers from the bus, and at that moment we decided that something needed to change. So when we got back, we formed a partnership between parents, teachers, and students, and the Alliance for Academic Quiz Bowl was born. So who we are. So who we are. Our board of directors is formed and comprised of adults, but a majority of our volunteers are youth and students.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about how Quiz Bowl is played. First, two teams are presented with a toss-up question. The topics of this vary from history, math, literature, science, and music. The team that gets the toss-up question correct is then presented with 3 bonus questions.
Now back to our presentation. So let's talk about our project. We're seeking funding for a middle school quiz bowl tournament, and we're looking forward to a successful repetition of a previous event that was held in the 2016 to 2017 school year. How we selected the project. So again, as stated before, we believe that our state needs to make great strides to be at par with, in education with the rest of the nation, and we want the city of Las Vegas to lead the way in that effort. So the objective. Our objective is to spark curiosity and motivation in younger kids via a playful and learning activity. And because we believe that learning in a fun, collaborative environment allows kids to discover their interests in academic fields. And in addition to improved knowledge of the world around them, Quiz Bowl can also help teach camaraderie and team building skills. Next. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Neighborhood residents will be involved because neighborhood students are going to be the beneficiaries because they'll be participating in this tournament. Next. How will group members and volunteers be able to reflect on their experience? So youth volunteers will document their experiences through photos and will be able to upload them to the website. They will also be updating our blog and social media pages. How will volunteer duties be broken down? So youth volunteers will have the primary role. They'll be checking in all participants. They'll be setting up and taking down everything. They'll be reading questions, which is arguably the most important duty. They'll help distribute data from all the different teams back to the central control room. They'll also be helping to update the website and share information with the national organization. finally, they'll be documenting the tournament. Adult volunteers, on the other hand, will be interacting with the school management, and they'll also be supervising the youth volunteers. So now let's talk financials. So we're honored to be a first-time Ynapp grant applicant, and we requested $796 in terms of grant amount. We're also going to be receiving $275 in cash donations and in-kind pledges. And the total worth of our hours, volunteer hours pledged is $3,680. And this brings us to a grand total of $4,751. So this is the way that the grant amount is going to be broken down, and a copy of this was also included with our application. So now let's talk about the most important question that we're going to discuss today. Why should Ynapp fund us? So as we stated before, we believe that Nevada can and will eventually increase our educational status. And we believe that the city of Las Vegas should be at the forefront of that effort. This project will help youth lead the way in education by promoting a love for learning and a culture of education in Las Vegas' schools. The reason why you should fund us is because kids know how kids love to learn. You can help us make a difference in educating Las Vegas' middle school students. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any members that would like to ask the group the questions? Chance?
Chance Ventura. So just a couple questions. So, how often do you guys meet?
We meet once every few months.
Okay, great. And the Anderson buzzers, the ones with the cord, and so.
The Anderson buzzers, they do have cords. They're box shaped. So yeah, you.
So whoever clicks the button first, and they get to go on the question set. And you guys don't have those already?
We do not have those already.
Okay. And for the volunteer hours, do you guys just count your volunteer hours on what you guys are going to do, or everybody who's going to be actually participating in the event with the other team and the event you're putting on?
All the volunteers we're recruiting and are participating have been counted in the volunteer hours.
Okay, but that's like not including the event, like how, because I would think that there'd be a lot more if there's a big event with a bunch of people, and is it like a competition? Or?
It is a competition.
And how often do you have the competitions?
Once annually.
Okay.
And we're not including participants in that hours estimate.
Okay.
Yes, please state your name for the record.
Member Selena Torres. Hi, great presentation. I did have a question. So where are the students coming from? Are they only coming from one school, multiple schools? Is it the same thing as varsity quiz? Is it different than varsity quiz?
Okay, so multiple schools will be attending. We allow them to apply to us to help determine who's going to win. We expect approximately 12 schools to be applying to send teams. This is similar to varsity quiz in that they both sort of have the same subject matter. However, our competition is more rigorous academically, and it also qualifies for a national competition that teams can send their records to.
Can I provide some additional clarification? My name is Joy.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
Yes, my name is Joyan Vakil. The NAQT format is a national, NAQT is National Academic Quiz Tournament, which is a nationally organized competition as well, and they have regional competition. So this particular quiz tournament that these young adults are going to be organizing is essentially based off of that format. Varsity quiz, which some of them are part of as well, is a slightly different format, and it is more regional only. And so they are definitely two separate competitions. But nonetheless, they do have similar subject matter, if you will.
Member Mark Newman.
Mark Newman, question whether or not after the initial competition in the Valley, are you sending somebody to a national competition, or is it just to kind of get a quiz show going on in the area?
So if the team that wins the local competition will get a berth to the national competition.
Okay.
Other questions? Okay, Member Selena Torres.
Thank you. I did have one follow-up question. So you said that you guys are going to go through the 12 teams that you're expecting to apply, and you're going to determine who gets to participate in that competition. I was wondering how that was determined, what schools are considering applying, just to understand what communities is actually impacted.
Yeah, so it's a first come, first served basis. Registration is open. Hyde Park has expressed interest. Multiple other middle schools whose names are not coming to me right now they're all in the city of Las Vegas area, but they've all expressed interest.
Thank you.
Member Takia Butler.
Yeah, Takia Butler. So I guess sort of related to that question, I think one of the benefits of these kind of competitions is that you get to meet lots of different people from different schools that may or may not look like you, but like y'all all know kind of like whatever question pops up, you're capable of answering it. So I'm wondering, do you have any sort of process for recruiting schools, especially schools from neighborhoods or demographics that might not necessarily always know to show up? So I'm grateful for my time as an athlete, but I also recognize that in my school and in my community, most people didn't choose to or didn't know that that was an option for them. So I wonder, have you guys thought about how you might recruit some schools that maybe don't immediately come to your mind when you think about these kind of events?
Yeah. So we try to do outreach to schools to sort of get them interested in this competition and let them know. And recruitment for the teams within schools is organized mainly by teachers.
Member Harry Williams.
Member Harry Williams. Just a quick question. If you are funded and you're funded slightly below what you're requesting, will you still be able to put on your
It depends on how less funded that would be. I mean, there's a certain amount of leeway I suppose we could have that we could, I guess, cover with donations, but it's not a large figure.
Any other questions? Member Takia Butler.
So thank you for asking that question. So I see like you guys have some donations. Do you have any sort of like sticks in the fire around other places that you may be able to get donations from, especially thinking about, I imagine this happens and it's so successful that it happens again next year and it's even bigger and larger. So have you guys thought about community partners or other groups that may be able to support either with money or other in-kind support?
We have thought about that and we've tried for that, but companies are not exactly, we're thinking about partnering with some of the casino companies in our areas as like a sort of donation thing, but nothing has come of that as of yet.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys for your presentation to the Ynapp board. We will be voting and recommending at the Ynapp Awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the City Council on February 21st. Your group will be notified by Ms. Candace Boring about your application, and thank you guys for coming today. You did a great job. Okay. This meeting is now in recess.
Thank you all very much as well.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time and effort, and definitely this is very helpful for the young generation. Thank you all.
Thank you. That's nice.
I now call this meeting back to order. All right. And at this moment, could we please present the Association of Professionals and Students?
Yes, you have to do that.
Is it Google Slides? Yeah. Did they let you view it? Yeah.
Or they just don't have to click on it.
Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Shania Espy and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making your presentation. You will be allowed 10 minutes, and after your presentation, the board is going to ask you 10 minutes worth of questions. Please introduce your group and your names, who are all present. This meeting is being recorded, so we will need for you to speak loudly and clearly and begin when you are ready.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Anna Garcia, and I am the adult for this project. We are here to present to you Projecting Opportunity, and we come on behalf of the Association of Professionals in Students, also known as APS.
And then my name's Aurelia Alarcon. I'm 16 years old, and I'm one of the youth.
I'm Zaybeth Arroyo, and I'm 17 years old.
So a little more about us. We are the Association of Professionals and Students. APS is a non-profit organization that was founded back in 2004. Our mission is to promote higher education to disadvantaged students with the help of professionals in the community. And we also strongly believe in empowering the next generation of leaders with the knowledge that is required to attend higher level learning while instilling the social values of service, justice, and fidelity to our community. As of July of 2017, Las Vegas has finally gotten its first official chapter of APS. For this reason, we would like to start off by tutoring to provide tutoring for students in our community. We also believe that it is an effective way to instill confidence into our students' educational careers. Our organization has also held events with elected officials, and we would like to create more of an interactive relationship with the government as well. For example, last year we held a health fair in our community, and we were able to invite Senator Catherine Cortez Masto in person to show her what we were doing. We have also held voter registration days as well with our registrars. And our budget will consist of a projector, which is $479.99, a projector screen, $56.99, a ceiling mount, $58.94, Chromebook, $259, HDMI cable at $14.99, and last but not least, we will also have an inauguration ceremony in which we will need decorations and also ice cream sandwiches, and that will be a total of $130. So all of it together has summed up to $999.99.
And so for the selection of this project, it was actually very elaborate to select what our students needed more in an organization. We talked to not only the teenage members of our organization, but also in our area and our community, and we invited them to come in and just tell us really what they wanted help with and what they felt was really lacking in their life in order to advance their academic success, in order to learn more stuff, and what would be the greatest tool for them to use. And most of them actually set a projector and a projector screen in order to see such films like documentaries, some movies, because all of these do help on some research cases that they are assigned in school. For example, they can watch a documentary on like food and like how it's coming up with organic food, so they could actually advance their knowledge and also use this tool in order to help them while they're in school. And this kid also, and the students that we actually had come in also said that it would be nice to be able to rehearse their projects in front of people in order to gain more self-confidence in themselves. And in order to keep this very organized, we're going to have a rotating schedule of neighborhood residents and volunteers in order to organize space and make sure there's no blurry areas for this. And a projector, what it could do is, once I said again, show beneficial documentaries and introduce educational opportunities to our community that has a lot of minority population in it, which means that they already do struggle with more problems than other parts of the city do, and that they are susceptible to less opportunities than in other areas, as we've seen before. And since the schools around and in the part of the city that we're requesting the grant for, they do have mostly Latino or African American population. These groups will definitely greatly benefit from extracurricular and after-school programs, since in some schools it is difficult to get enough tutoring or have the opportunity available for you. So people might not feel comfortable knowing that their friends are there to see them. They might get a little embarrassed because you know how school hierarchy works. So it would be great to have a different area for them to be able to come in and ask for help and not have any worries. So that would be really beneficial to these students. And we could also use this, especially for tutoring purposes, is what we're aiming to use this grant for. and to just expand the knowledge of the people in our community and really show that we can all advance as a group. And then, once again, why this is needed for our community. High school graduation rates are actually very low in the part of the city that we are asking this grant for. For example, in Rancho High School, according to the Review Journal, only 81% of the students graduated in 2016 and had an average ACT score of 16.72 out of 36, which is also very low and is not very appealing to colleges. And in addition, Desert Pines High School, once again according to the Review Journal, had a 64.78% graduation rate in 2016, and the average ACT scores of 14.44 out of 36, which once again is really low, and their actual ACT scores, they scored less than half of the grade, so they were below failing for this. So that's not really good for their GPA or for colleges in order for them to get in and be seen as prestigious or even accepted. And then lastly, the last high school we're going to mention is called Global Community High School, and once again according to the Review Journal, their graduation rate in 2016 was of 21.82%, which is extremely low, and their ACT scores were 11.76 out of 36. This was all in 2016, which really shows that our community does struggle in order to have academic success, and that they do need something to help them thrive in order to reach the goals that they do set but cannot obviously reach or get to and accomplish them.
So in this graph, it's a graph that demonstrates the graduation rates over a 5-year period between Hispanic and African American students. And as you can see, in 2005, only 70% of most students were graduating, which is very low. So as you can see, it started gradually increasing at a 9.9 rate and 11.9 rate, but that is still really slow. And it's good news that it's increasing, but it's increasing at an unhurried increase. So that affects the amount of potential we see of students that could be graduating. On this more recent table from 2011 to 2015, we could observe the graduation rates of a high school in another state of Colorado, and Colorado happens to be the 18th state in education, that it ranks 18th in education. And they adopted a tutoring center, and they invested in that tutoring center. And as you can see, the numbers increased in all Black students, all Hispanic students, and students in general. It was a 2.3 increase.
So what impact will our project have on the community? Anybody in our community will be able to receive help. Having the tools of a projector and a screen, it may not seem like a lot, but it can positively impact so many people because this is an opportunity for them to showcase their work. As she has mentioned before, there are classes as Communications 101 that is a very heavily presentation-based class. So they can actually use an audience, whatever is there at the time, and they can actually practice with them as well. And having this resource will also help the children to improve their grades and also their academic understanding. Adults can also become very benefited because of this. They sometimes, this will also help them to improve their technology skills, and they will be able to use this to scout for jobs and to also learn very different languages.
And then for the system in place that's going to be held in order to make sure that everything stays organized and there's no items that go missing, will be that there's going to be a volunteer sign-up sheet that will be put in place that volunteers that want to help out, they could sign in and just put the time slot they want to help out for. And also planners that have all the hours listed will also be used to manage the usage of these educational tools in order to facilitate the orderliness between the students that want to use them. So they'll be able to kind of reserve times in order for them to use the stuff. If they need to do a presentation or stuff like that, they need people there. So you can also give them all the tools they need to succeed. And also, in order to use an item, they will have to leave their information down in the planner to make sure that somebody can be held accountable in case of damage or mislocation of it. And also, the materials will have to stay in the property perimeter, so nobody will be able to take, not like the Chromebook, not any of it home. It will all have to stay there because it's going to be a center just for people to come and use those tools. And this will all be monitored by cameras that are at the place and by UPS members from organization. We're always going to have somebody there making sure everything's running smoothly and there's no conflict over the materials. or like who's going to get it now or anything. It's going to be very organized. And also APS members will be solely in charge of this whole center that we're requesting for, all the materials. And they will be held accountable if any of it goes missing, gets damaged, anything like that. And our last precaution that we're going to take is we're going to send out waivers for everybody to sign that wants to use them, and that will just state that they're going to have to pay the fee if anything gets broken or lost or damaged.
So one of the benefits is that we can show students informational documentaries and movies, and by exposing these students to more knowledge, we expand the possibility of them graduating. The second benefit would to teach them how to present and how to use PowerPoints and other apps like Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Slides. Third presentation would be to build their social skills and how to work with their community and its members to build a better environment. The fourth would be to motivate the youth and let them showcase their work to their neighbors or to their friends so they could be encouraged to try new things.
Your 10 minutes is up. If you guys can just kind of conclude it up and then getting your main points.
And then this is our last slide. It's
Okay.
just about why not should fund the project. Basically just keeping in mind that we are asking for these items for a minority-based area of the city, and that they do struggle more to have the same academic success or even opportunities that others do. So by giving them this opportunity to showcase their work and build their self-confidence and be able to learn new things, and I think this will really help our community thrive and offer just more opportunities for everybody just to get on the same level, the same playing level, so that each have a chance to get into good college or just achieve whatever they want in general. And then that's basically how our approach is to give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, but teach a man a fish and you feed him for a lifetime.
Good job. At this time, the YNAP board will be asking you questions. Are there any members who have questions? Yes, Member Marco Venia.
Member Marco Vena, so a great presentation, and this whole topic is very relevant. I'm very familiar with this area of piano. My question was for the projector. I know you talked about it, different schools. Is it housed at the community center, or does it flow around? Or?
Oh no, we're gonna have it in the location that we asked for it to be in. There's like a room that's empty for this. There's like an empty room that we're gonna install it to and install all the stuff in there, so that it's gonna stay in one place. Because if it starts getting big around, it's probably gonna be that someone's gonna lose it or something.
So is it something that people can check out, or?
No, they're gonna have to go to the actual place and then use it. Yeah, it's at a church. It's in like an empty room that we have, so they can just go and then reserve a time. And the room's always gonna be empty, so they can just go in and encourage people or whoever they would like to.
Member Selena Torres.
Great presentation. I'm also pretty familiar with it. And I really like that you guys did the research on graduation rates and stuff in our community as well. My main concern is you guys are saying that you guys want to use this projector for homework assistance and to help students. As a teacher, I'm just concerned that maybe this isn't the best way for us to make that impact. So I just want to have a better understanding of why it is that we're requesting a projector and how that's going to directly impact homework success and student graduation rates.
Well, first of all, not first of all, I'm sorry. Also, just to start off, it's also going to be a Chromebook in order to like put yourself up and get up on the projector. And I personally, as a high school student, I think that would help others like me and that are in school, because there's a lot of group work that goes on, and I know that it's hard for everybody to get together and actually work on it and not procrastinate or get distracted. So I feel like if everybody's on one thing, they could all see the information easier and not have to be all cramped up on one computer, so that you could display information for everybody to see if there's group presentations or group work in general. And also the projector will be used to, we're kind of mostly using it towards just improving their skills, being able to work together as like members and peers in order to like learn new knowledge through documentaries or whatever they need to do, because that will also help advance their research. And that some topics do require you to like have multiple sources, so if this could be like a source for them all to watch and list, that would also be like more opportunities for them to get advanced in their projects.
Also, in addition to that, there's like also programs like Kahoot where they're able to use their smartphones and just like get onto there, and they can like, for example, the person that's like in charge of it will ask questions like on a certain, like for this history, they'll ask them history-based questions, and they're able to further knowledge from it.
Member Takia Butler.
So thank you so much for the presentation. It's really good and really well organized, and I like that you use that Google products so that it makes sense. I have two questions / thoughts. One around just the projector, the purchase of a Chromebook, all these things. Those products depreciate, and so I guess how long do you imagine making use of the items that you're purchasing? Related to that, like just sort of having fully thought about the cost in the present and in the future, or sort of purchasing that sort of item. At some point, you're gonna have to replace the light bulb and the projector, which is expensive. God forbid the Chromebook, maybe there are enough updates to where it becomes obsolete at some point. Sort of, how long are you imagining being able to make use of the resources you're purchasing?
Well, so for example, when it comes to like the projector screen, like personally, we have one, my family has one too. So I understand what you mean that it's expensive, but the organization itself, like it's mostly just to like start up something. We don't really plan on using it pretty often, but it's not going to be open to just like for example, like if a student like wants to use it they have to basically like ask the ask the organization like what they're going to do on it. So we can because for example like the light bulbs like burn out, and it's going to be mostly also like for example they have time slots, so they won't be able to like use up too much of it. That's all.
Okay. My second question, if you don't mind, this isn't actually a question, kind of just like a comment. If you go back to 6, and I think it was slide 6, where you talked about data. Yeah, I think it was that one. I guess just to highlight, so shameless plug, United Way has a data portal called Community Connect, where you can pull all this information in the review journal action for it from presentation that we did with them. But you can actually get that information from the State Department of Education. They have that for every school, and it's released every year. Just for context, 81% is actually a really high graduation rate. It's like actually really amazing. And I think last year we were at 72% for, I guess, our community. So I just want to caution you as you use data and use those things, make sure you're kind of like talking about it in the proper context. Related to that, I understand and appreciate wanting to serve students of color, but being a student of color is not necessarily why you might be in disadvantaged situations. It might be a feature, but it's not necessarily a root cause. So I just want to caution you guys around making those arguments a little too close. There are other determining factors that may impact the students of color that may put them in a predicament or needing additional assistance, but it's not a direct function of them being a person of color.
Yeah, I was going to elaborate more, but we initially thought that we had like 10 to 15 minutes per presentation, so we kind of timed it for more, so we had to cut out a lot of stuff like last minute, but we were going to go on about how like color stuff impacts them, just that when it came to like last minute, what do you want to showcase more, we did that, but we didn't include like other reasons, because I don't want to be like, just because you're like a person of color, you're like screwed. It's like, no, that doesn't happen. It's just, we had other reasons why we also struggle, but I just thought it was more important to have like data and charts and stuff like that than have multiple reasons. But I do know there's like some parents have multiple jobs and stuff like that, so that also affects others.
Member Harry Williams.
Just a quick question in terms of your budget. Did you guys look at any like spamware or anything for viruses or those type of things for upkeep? Because it's not necessarily in the budget. It's just more projector, the Chromebook, not just spamware, but Microsoft Office and all those kind of things, because it's not loaded with any program for any virus type of thing.
We're relying. I'm sorry.
Or do you have any donations or anybody else that's going to help? I don't know where your other donations is.
I know as a student, they usually are able to get the programs, for example, Windows 365, I think. They're able to use their email, their student email, and they're able to get the programs for free. But as when it comes like towards the viruses, we only have like so much spent on the actual projector. I feel like that was our main focus for now, just to get the actual thing. And then we have people like in our APS like that are able to help us out with that. So yeah.
Member Chance.
Transform material. So I just was wondering, what made you choose that projector? I know there's a bunch of different projectors with different price ranges. Why did you choose that one? Is that a necessity that you get that kind, or you get a cheaper one? Why choose that?
Well, the brand of the actual projector is Asus. Oh, the bank. Yeah. We actually use that. We've actually used those kind of projectors before. Like, it's not related, but like our church actually uses BenQ. So we've had experience with those projectors, and we've seen that they're pretty they hold up for right amount of time. They're not too bad. We didn't want to mainly use it for all of our projects.
Did you go around and look at prices and stuff like that at different websites?
Yeah, we were looking around like Best Buy. We were looking at the Fry's. We were looking at I think there's another one, photo and video. It's something.
Member Becky Skousen.
Oh, I just wanted to know if you were doing some traditional tutoring as well. And you talked about tutoring in general, and you talked about projector, using the projector, but will you be having just one-on-ones and they sit down and getting help with math or English or whatever?
Yeah, that's part of our organization. We're trying to start off like really strong kind of, and actually have something there to show for what we do. So part of our members, we're trying to get it really organized in order to help that happen. But there is another project to make up after ours. So this is all just to help try to start up something that's actually solid to help people get tutored or get more help. But we also do also help them one-on-ones, being help on math, science, or anything. Because a lot of us are in those classes in college. A lot of members are young and in college or have degrees. So we are going to offer that to them.
By the way, you're very well spoken.
Yeah.
You did a great presentation.
Thank you.
Member Selena Torres.
Sorry, one final question. How many students do you guys expect? Do you guys do the tutoring yet or no?
No, we're really trying to start off.
Okay, so how many students do you expect to be receiving the tutoring services, and which students are they only going to be students of the church?
No. We're trying to get this open to everybody, not just our church members, trying to get it to the actual the whole community, because there's a lot of houses around our church, so try to invite those to come in to the inauguration ceremony, try to get new people into our church just to see what is available, and to help just to help everybody know that there is this tool available to them if they need it, because a lot of them do have multiple children, so it would be really great just to have that for anybody. But we haven't done math on how many people will actually come in, but there are a lot of people in our church that have kids, so maybe start off with them, then they tell their friends, and it kind of grows.
All right. Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the City Council on February 21st. Your group will be notified by Ms. Candace Boring about your application, and thank you for presenting today. This meeting is now in recess.
So you see how it is. You just kind of play with it, like the air good money. Just play.
Exactly. You would please bring in again the Association of Professionals and Students. All right. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Shania Espy and I'm the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will be making your presentation to the board and will be given 10 minutes. After your presentation, the group will ask you questions for another 10 minutes. The meeting is being recorded and we will need you to speak loudly and clearly. Please introduce the name of your group, and all of the members present should be introduce their names as well. You may begin when you're ready.
Hello everyone, my name is Mara, and we are here in representation of APS for our project Schools for Success.
Hello, I'm Jeremiah. I'm an 8th grader and business first grade. I am also a 14-year-old that seeks to help this community started by this project.
Hello, my name is Debbie. I'm in 5th grade and I play sports.
So, who is APS? APS, or Association of Professionals and Students, is an organization of students and professionals, and our mission is to promote higher education to disadvantaged students. with the help of the professionals who volunteer in the community.
If you guys want to just move a little closer, that's the microphone.
Okay.
Go, continue. Thank you.
I'm going to change it.
Oh, you're going to change it from that gear.
Oh,
So
okay,
if you
sorry.
want to, yes.
Our project Tool for Success is an opportunity for children from the community, like Levy and Jeremiah, to have internet access outside of school for homework. The reason this project started was because parents would come up to the tutors from APS for help.
I personally would benefit from these tablets because I have access to all Google programs, such as Docs, Drive, Sheets, including others, that help me keep on track of my homework and life in general. The iPads would also help me go on websites such as study.com and Alex that help me complete my homework. I'd have access to translators as well. Living between my cultures and my parents is sometimes really a lack of communication between them. So the translators that are available on these tablets can help me better understand my parents. Lastly, I could use tablets to check my grades. First of all, my parents like for me to succeed in life. So basically, when I'm not doing good, Infinite Campus is what Infinite Campus helps my parents keep in contact with my teachers.
These tablets would be of great use for my siblings and I because I live in a large household. We are 6 children in total and we are all going to school. The tablet will give me access to reading programs like Maya, where I can check out books. Math is another program that I would benefit from with the tablet because I could study math on my own time with the tutors from APS. Although I'm only 11 and I work, the stress responsibility of having a tablet would help me accomplish them as I grow.
With the $1,000 grant, we will purchase 15 Amazon Fire 7 tablets, each with 8 gigabytes capacity, and they're all 7-inch display. They're about $50 each, so for 15 of them it would equal about $750. And then for each tablet we would purchase a case, which each case is about $10, so that makes it $150. And then with the remaining money, the $80 would go towards an ice cream sandwich party that we would host for the community to celebrate with them. And then the other remaining $20 will be used towards decoration. How will youth and adults work together in this project? Both youth and adults from APS who volunteer to tutor will work with children or anyone in need. Tutors can help adults from the community by helping them fill job applications, translating documents, or anything they may need help with. What will need to be done and who will do it? APS tutors and members will be responsible for the tablets and keep them in the offices of APS at 2413 Sutter Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89101, which is in the center of the community. There will be a sign-up sheet for every person who would like to borrow the tablet, along with a waiver making them fully responsible for any impact or misuse of this tablet. These tablets will only remain in the offices of APS. The tablets will have parental restrictions. We will have a program with each tablet to monitor and supervise each one. These tablets will be a tool to help the community and will increase the accessibility of technology, thus bringing success to the community.
We found research that the tablets would benefit the community as a whole, not excluding children nor adults. It would help adults, for example, sometimes emergency jobs are needed, and applications such as Indeed Jobs will help them get jobs and communicate with them to find any open spots available in any job. We've also found research that the tablets could help the kids, the kids like 4 through 7, because there are educational apps that are mostly targeted for their age group.
We found between these millions of apps, Martha Speaks, and it has helped kids 4 through 7 increase their vocabulary 31%.
A research study conducted in Auburn, Maine showed that kindergarten students using iPads scored much higher on literacy tests than students that didn't use the device. Another study centered on iPad games like Motion Math has showed that the iPad can help with fundamental math skills. Fifth graders who regularly played the game for 20 minutes per day over a 5-day period increased their test scores by 15%. Ynapp should fund our project because with these tablets, the community will be able to visualize things better, not only academically, but in their overall life. The community deserves the opportunity to grow academically and to have access to tools within their reach. Our community has had its encounters with gang violence. We hope to give them tools that will encourage the pathway towards education. More interaction with learning between students will allow them more general interest in learning rather than being peer pressured into influences of drugs and violence. We hope you consider our project and the children from the community, like Levy and Jeremiah. Although these tablets might seem like a small detail, it's an opportunity for many families within the community that are low income and don't have the ability to spend on tablets. These are our citations. Thank you.
So at this time, the Ynapp board will ask your group questions. Are there any members who have questions? Chance?
Chance Bonaventura. How do you see using all these 15 tablets at the same time? Is there a reason to have 15 of them, or?
Well, 15 would help, like, for group tutoring sessions, like, so we can have them all at one time, and that way it's easier for everyone to just come at a certain time of day and just bring their homework, or 15 for, like, maybe, say, a studying session, because a lot of the kids from the community go to the same schools, so if they're taking the same classes, we could all have them use those tablets together.
And would your major use be tutoring on them? Just if you need help in math, you'd give them a math website or program to go on to do that? Or what's the use of the tablet? Like if a kid walked in, would be their normal day-to-day thing they're going to be using on the tablet?
So if they came in and maybe they want to study, maybe they have homework, like Jeremiah said, he uses Google Docs, Google Slides, all those type of programs. And maybe he wants to come in to practice on his project. Maybe he wants to also just not be at home. He wants to rather be at the office, using the tablet, studying, maybe reading, something that he can't do at home. They have the opportunity to do that.
Shania Espy, for the record, how long are they allotted, like the allotted time for each tablet?
Well, if there's a big volume of people, we would maybe, depending on how many people want to borrow the tablet, we would set time locks and depending on the volume. But if, say there's just a little bit of kids there, we can allow them as much time as they need.
So it just depends?
It just depends.
Okay. Member Mark Newman?
Mark Newman, question. If you were to get the tablets, would you be interested in installing certain app programs onto them that would actually help foster their learning and improvement?
Absolutely.
Member Selena Torres?
I really like this idea, and I really like that you guys mentioned the Google Translate function. Amazon Kindles are great for a lot of things, and I encourage you guys, if your grant is approved, to make sure that you guys download those programs immediately so that they are easily accessible. And I know with Alex, because if you guys aren't familiar, the middle schools require a lot of times your math homework is completed online, and there's lessons that they have to do. And I also like that you guys are testing Kindles because you can get a lot of books, and there's a lot of free books available with Amazon. So I think it's a great project and a great idea. Calculators too.
Member Harry Williams?
Harry Williams. Two questions. One you might not know the answer to, but when you start having 15 iPads and laptops and other things in your facility, your internet server. You guys know if you guys have a good internet server that could be able to run so many items, because when so many things get on your internet system, it's going to start to slow down the process. So I don't know if you guys have the answer to that, or if you guys know that you guys have a system that will.
As far as the internet, I'm not sure how fast it goes when there's a lot of things involved using the internet, but I know that from times that I've been there, that I've seen sometimes they do presentations like this, with like they broadcast live television, and then there's also other people connected, just backing up that live broadcast. So I assume it is a really good connection, but say maybe it isn't, then we would just have to maybe use certain tablets with downloaded books already for the people who want to read, and have the other people who do need the internet access borrow those tablets.
So just look into that to make sure that. Then the other one question real quick is, if for instance you're not awarded the full amount, does that just mean you guys still be able to do the project and you might buy less tablets, or what would you do if you're not awarded the full amount?
If that was the case, then we would maybe try to look for donors for our inauguration event, the sandwich party, maybe focus more on getting the tablets, maybe less cases, but definitely we would focus more on tablets and maybe look for donors for the other resources.
Member Takia Butler.
So, clarifying question first. The ice cream party is like a kickoff. It's not an end of the event. It's like the start.
Yeah, it's the start.
Okay. Let me do this one first. So I know, was it Levy? I think you said this. Were you talking about like going on Infinite Campus and like seeing grades? Jeremiah. Okay, sorry, Jeremiah. So in terms of that, the security of like private information. So if lots of different people are using these tablets, is there a plan for making sure that any personal information is kept safe since they're shared amongst different people?
Yeah, so since the tablets will be kept in one place only, the members of APS will definitely like reset the tablets at the end of the day once everyone finishes using them, and just make sure that nothing is saved and passwords are saved.
Member Marco Vena.
Member Marco Vena, to kind of follow up to her question, how many adults at any time are present when you have 6 different tablets and you're using mostly for homework and tutoring to kind of facilitate, because they may not know how to use every component necessary for them to do the homework?
I'm not sure how many people exactly, but I know that there's a lot of people who volunteer in APS, so we would definitely try to get at least 5 people there to supervise everything. But we hope to have one tablet that at least one person can be keeping track of all the tablets with that.
And just some information also. The library district is now circulating Wi-Fi modems that people can check out and take home. So if there is the internet access that they're having trouble with, there's already available for checkout now, so that's an option for you. And then
cancel my cable. I did not know you were doing that.
And we also have a database for fees for online tutors that are available in English and Spanish. That's also an option for the actual usage of the tablet.
Shania Espy for the record. I know you said that you guys were going to include a waiver that they would have to sign if they were interested in using the tablet. What would that waiver actually include? Are they going to have to, if they do damage the tablet, are they going to replace it? Do they have to pay a small percentage of it? How are you guys planning to do that?
So say there is misuse to the tablet, one, there'd be like a punishment, like maybe they'd be suspended from the tablet for a certain time, or maybe permanently, depending on the damage. And it'll also just say that they agree to maybe being checked what they're doing, and just things like that.
Okay, so no out of cost if they do damage?
No.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you for your presentation to the Ynapp. We will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on February 21st. Your group will be notified by Ms. Candace Boring about your application, and thank you guys for coming today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, this meeting is now in recess for dinner.
It's in that room. Have at it.
I thought this was dinner.
They're probably giving the kids some candy. And I saw them. They did a really good job.
Yeah, how are you? So he's using it for whole class because you can take pictures of documents and translate.
All right. I now call this meeting back to order. All right. And at this time, we're going to have our next group by the name of Desert Pines High School Math Club. Hello, welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Shania Espy and I'm the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making your presentation. You will be given 10 minutes to do your presentation, and then our board will ask you questions for another 10 minutes. Please introduce the name of your group, and all the members that are present today should introduce themselves as well. This meeting is being recorded, so we will need for you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Fatima Lule, and I have been in math club for 4 years, and I am senior, and I am the president.
Hi, my name is Lina Tavares. I've been in math club for the past 4 years, and I am the vice president.
Hi, my name is William Lozano, and I've been in math club for the past 3 years, and I'm the treasurer.
Hello, my name is Melanie Gastelum. I'm the historian, and my first day in math club. Okay, so math club is a place at our school where students can come in that are struggling with math, and we will help them like with their weakness, like their weak spots in math, and it's like you're getting tutoring from your own peers. So it could be like easier for you to really ask for help, and we just try to make it like so we can like, have good friendships and stuff, so that they can really be comfortable with who we like, with all of us, so they can like really, ask for help. Because a lot of kids just stay quiet and they just struggle, and like I've been there, like, and then when I joined math club, that's when I really started like being more outgoing, and I met other people. Not only did it help me with my like grades and stuff, but it like helped me like embrace myself, I guess. Math club is a great way of helping all the students in our community. We as a group will help our fellow students who struggle with their homework, with their tests, or quizzes or exams, or anything that they have to do academically. And most importantly, students will succeed in our upcoming future. And we've actually had many former members who came in as struggling math students and have since graduated and moved on to college.
Some benefits of math club is students will earn and maintain a 75% or higher in their math. They'll get the chance to meet new people in math club, and students will be part of a safe and friendly environment, and also improvement of communication and social skills. And to me, math club has really changed me because I started off at a new school out of my zone, and I didn't really know anybody. But when I started joining math club, I met my best friend Linda and Fatima. And ever since that, I've been starting going to math club, meeting with people, getting improvement on my math.
Math club is important because it is one of the core subjects at our school. But we're also really low in math. Students aren't passing the classes like they should be, and you need it to graduate high school. Also, students will get the help they need to graduate. And it also helps them with their SAT scores and ACT. Like a goal that we have for our club is to increase the members that we have there. Lately, we've been getting a lot of new members, and it makes me happy because when we have events and stuff, like we have like special events for holidays and stuff, and to see how much we've grown as a club is just really cool. And since like the more members we have, the more advertisement we will have for our clubs because of our like the shirts. Sometimes we walk around school with like a cool design shirt that we have, and we're like, oh, where did you get that? And I'm in math club, and we designed our shirts. Like, oh, can I get one? I was like, yeah, but you have to join, Like, oh, that's cool so that I can get help with my math homework and get a cool shirt. The grant will help us provide uniform for our club that promotes unity, and it serves as an advertisement, as Fatima said, for our services after school. It also helps reward the students who have volunteered their time for tutoring students after school, and fellow students will like how she said, that would come up to us in the hallways and ask us where we've gotten our shirts from or where we've gotten certain things that only Math Club members have, and that's actually helped us recruit many people.
On the next one is the structure of math. There are currently 2 adults and 47 tutors for Math Club. During the tutor sections, the advisors coordinate activities for the students. The tutoring session generally lasts 1 or 2.5 hours. During the tutoring sessions, we don't just tutor them, but we actually become friends with them. And friendship usually leads to becoming family, as Ann said. And personally, like I said, I found these 2, and they're the closest family I have.
Why should Ynapp fund our project? First of all, to help provide an environment for students to learn. Secondly, to provide a safe and fun after-school activity to keep students out of trouble. And finally, to help increase the graduation rate for our high-risk schools. And we are now open to questions.
At this moment, the board members will ask questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Yes, Selena Torres.
Hi, I think you guys did a great job. I really appreciate what you guys are doing to make sure that you guys are doing well in your math classes, because as you said, it is a requirement for graduation, and I know it's a class a lot of kids struggle with. One of my questions is, I see that you guys are purchasing club shirts with it. I wanted to know how many shirts you're purchasing.
Right now, we have about 247 members. Well, that was like before winter break. But around this week, I got a few more kids calling me asking if they could join Math Club. And I said, yeah, just come to the meeting on Thursday so you can sign me up. So it would be about like 50-something shirts.
Shania SP for the record. Do you guys have any plans on expanding your club outside of just the school? Like, have you guys ever thought about going to tournaments or competing with other schools, just kind of challenge yourselves? And I know you guys said that you want the shirts to bring unity, but after a certain amount of time within the school, if you get so many people, it's like, okay, you don't want to just limit yourself. So do you guys have further plans for the future?
I could see that. I would like to do that, but that have to be like, I have to talk to like the next president that's coming down because I'm going to be graduating. But I think that'd be really cool. Like, I would want to expand it as far as
Chance?
Chance Bonaventura. So I was just wondering, like, where you said $700 for the shirts. Do you go to different places to look at prices, or do you have like a target for how much you want per shirt? 'Cause you said 50 shirts, that's like $15 a shirt or something.
Yeah. Well, it depends on like what we would want on the shirts. Cause some kids are like, oh, could we get our like names on them? So like I don't know what they present themselves to. I think we're thinking about like 20 a shirt, just because of the material I think it is, or like the design choice for it. I think it's about 20.
But do you already got the quote and everything for that design and everything, or was that just the estimated price that you thought the shirts were going to be?
No, well, we have all we have so far is like the logo of like our school and then like our math club right here, and some kids want to add stuff to it, so I put it on hold for that. But right now that's kind of like the estimate.
And then one more question on the banquet stuff. So that's for 50 people, it would be.
Yeah.
300 for 50 something people.
Member Takia Butler.
So, I really like math. Is buying T-shirts the best use of this $1,000? The reason I'm asking is, so I don't remember. Are you guys competing as a math team, or is it just sort of like within your school?
It's kind of just sort of right now. It's just within our school.
Okay.
I don't know, like if like we have enough people to like start competing and stuff.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool to do that, but right now it's just within our school.
Okay, so then for now, I guess a more productive question would be, what do you see the purpose of the T-shirt to be? So out of like $1,000 that you could get, you want to use 70% of that for T-shirts. So what do you, and then like 30% of that for food. So what do you see why? Like, let's say it wasn't T-shirts, instead you were buying like pairs of shoes. Like, what does a T-shirt do for you that you couldn't do without it?
For me, like personally, I think it represents like my hard work. Like I was able to hold on to this for 4 years. Like I put in my hard work and received like this is my reward type of thing, you know, and plus my good grades. And I want to show people that I'm a part of something that will, make things better for us.
Member Becky?
Becky Scouten for the record. I just had a question about the T-shirts. I know you guys have come here before, and I've heard your presentation in the past. Do you get this? The T-shirts always look the same every year, or do you look a little bit different? So you have 4 T-shirts because you've done 4 years, or is that how it works?
Yeah, each like the president, like for every year the president would like make an announcement, and then kids would like pitch in their ideas and stuff. So it's not just like what I would want. I want to have like an input on everyone. So yeah, every year it's been different. So like the first year it was gray, the second year it was a baseball team, the third year it was a black and white one, right? And then this year it's, well, we're still deciding on the color because I don't know, people are still taking and choosing, but it's just like a little input with everyone.
You guys only wear the T-shirts at Math Club, or do you wear them other days?
No, sometimes like if we go out in a group, like and we want to take pictures and stuff, we'll go out with our shirts, and like we went to Papa John's Pizza once, and we all wore our shirts, and we had like we took pictures and stuff, and it was
Member Selena Suarez?
Thank you, Member Selena Suarez. I also want to applaud the advisors, because I know the significant amount of work you guys are putting in for the additional 2 hours. Make sure you guys are here with the kids, so they do a great job. I'm just wondering, I'm looking over last year's application, I'm reviewing it, and you guys did make some changes of what you guys are requesting this year in comparison to last. So last year you had requested the $600 for shirts. This year it's a little bit more. But last year you had used food for the tutors, and that's what I remember. So why did you guys decide to change from food for tutors to the banquet?
I thought it was just an easier.
Probably answer that. They might not know. Well, it's because we had.
State your name for the record,
my name is Boshi. I'm one of the advisors. Last year we got connected with 3 Square, and they started providing food for us for after school program. We tried to actually get it started this year, so it hasn't happened yet because I don't know what's going on, but they were providing the food, so that's why we didn't need the food for them after school anymore. But at this point, that might be where the money goes, because the 3 Square, for some reason, they haven't been able to find a person to be able to pass out the food. They changed some of the guidelines.
Member Takia Butler?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess I really do want to stress the point of like understanding that T-shirts help with camaraderie, with folks feeling like they're a part of something. Food, obviously, we all need nourishment so that we can do the thing that we want to do. But I really, it's kind of rhetorical for now, please sleep on it. If you have all of the money in the world, if you have all the resources that you possibly could want, what would be the best way to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish in having a math team? You don't have to answer this now, but I really wanted to think there's lots of, if you needed money for t-shirts and that kind of stuff, like it's relatively easy to find, but I feel like there's so much power in the fact that you guys are here, and there's so much power in being able to build relationships and do other things, and there's the importance of kids graduating Desert Pines, increasing his graduation rate, right? Like there's a lot of work to be done, and you guys can take the lead on that by having a math team. So I really wonder if maybe for future applications, if there's something else that we can do that will more sustainably support the work that you guys are trying to do with your math club.
Member Harry Williams.
Harry Williams. A quick question, because I know you guys have been here several years, and I want to know, have the club numbers increased for over the past 2 or 3 years, or if you know what was the numbers 3 years ago, or when you started, to the number of the club members now?
My freshman year, we had about, I think, 30 to 40 people, I think. I don't remember that well, but it was like enough people for like, for to have like it's kind of like right now, pretty much. Yeah, so it's around like 20 people, I think. And then after sophomore and junior, it kind of went downhill, and this year is the year that it started like kicking in. The thing is because I've been like really trying to recruit people to come in. Cause like in my math class, like I see my peers struggling and stuff. Like come on, just come in. Like trust me, you'll like it. It's gonna be fun. Like I promise, it's not just about math. Like you will meet like really great people. So like I don't know, I'm like just one time, just come in one time, and I promise you're going to like it. And a lot of people came in one time, they're like, oh, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna keep coming. And I was like, I told you were gonna come. Like I thought you were gonna like it. And yeah, and that's how it keeps like increasing because we all keep recruiting people, and they see like sometimes they'll just be passing by after school and they see that we're having a good time, so they just want to come in too.
Member Marco Vena.
Member Marco Vena. So it sounds like the t-shirts are you use a lot for recruitment purposes. What other kinds of recruitment do you do for the club?
We have posters around school. It has like the dates and the times when we meet, and then like the room number, or like our other. I ask other math teachers if they can like spread the word if the students need help like with their homework. They spread the word as well. And but mostly it's just like us socializing with our peers and telling them to come.
We've also had a lot of help because we are in a radio program, and we've also made sure to constantly remind people through the announcement that Math Club is open for new members.
All right. Well, thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Hall on February 21st. Your group will be notified by Ms. Candace Boring about your application, and thank you guys for coming in. You did a great job. This meeting is now in recess. So we're going to
We're just like eyeing each other.
Okay, because usually they sit right next to you, so I thought,
Yeah.
did we not get it? Okay.
Well, it was a little confusing how the seating arranged.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But it's working just fine. We have it direction. We look at each other. She gives the finger.
So you got it? Okay. She works, so she's the timekeeper.
Yeah, she's the timekeeper. No, she has to fill in if I can't make it. So.
That is cool.
She's doing a fantastic
Thank
job.
you.
Best we had.
Thank
I haven't
you.
seen years.
Nico was good. Yeah,
Thank
Nico was
you.
good. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
She has everything ready.
I get it. Like I get what it is. They might not want anything else.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Got it, Leading? Yeah.
Thank you, Save that for tomorrow.
She left over for tomorrow. I know. I just think some boxes were up. The thick pieces.
Yeah, one was plenty.
Or the kids pay, whatever. Uniform no, but like they get a lot of stuff.
No, he's not.
I could tell last year.
He was, he's going to be retiring soon. So I took him off all the boards and commissions. Yeah. And then we have a new guy named Seth Floyd, and he's sort of filling in. The one on the 29th, because I have a Centennial Commission meeting.
Really?
So,
So,
it's a good one. Decent. Yeah. I didn't let it go. I had the ability to reassign, and I said, yeah, no, I'll keep it.
Have I been out of school too long? Because math club seemed like it was pretty gangster.
All right, I now call this meeting back into order. We will now have the Doolittle's leaders of tomorrow. All right. Hello and welcome to the. You guys can come move a little bit this way so we can all kind of, yeah. And then the microphone is right here, so if someone wants to stay back there and kind of click, so you guys can. But hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Shania Espy and I'm the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will be making your presentation and you will be allowed 10 minutes. After your presentation, our members will ask you questions for another 10 minutes. Everyone who's present today, please state your name and introduce the name of your group. And this is being recorded, so please speak loudly and clearly and begin whenever you're ready.
My name is Celine Griffin. I'm the president of the team council at the Community Center.
My name is Aislinn King. I am the vice president of the team council.
My name is Jacqueline King. I'm the treasurer of the youth council.
My name is Maya Gibbs and I'm a member of the youth council.
Okay, Doolittle Community Center is a youth council organization where on the West Side community where we have donations and we help out the community.
For example, we have, for Christmas, we donated a whole bunch of our toys to the rescue mission. And we recently had a breakfast for Santa with the entire community.
Our first project for the lineup was health, fun, and fitness for kids, which was in 2013. Our second lineup project was in 2014, which was Teen Awareness Fair. And our third was in 2015 for Active Adults Day. And our last one, which was last year in 2016, which was a family drive and a fair for families in need.
Our project is the Teen Lockdown. It is an event where we provide food and games for teens, and it is somewhat like a lock-in, but we don't stay overnight. There's going to be prizes, and we're going to have competition, and we're going to, we're going to have like a safe environment where teens can hang out together. So we chose this project because every single year we've appealed to different sections of the community. So this year we chose teens, and we wanted to get them off the streets and have them inside of a safe environment, I guess. And this helps the community because teens will be involved by simply arriving and socializing with each other.
Yes, Teen Lockdown is where people that's been to Doolittle are previous teen council members or are new to the community center can all gather together and have a good time in an out-of-fun way where parents will know that they are in a safe environment.
Our group will perform this project, but not only members within and staff at the Doolittle Community Center. Whenever we do big events, we get many volunteers also. Our team has pledged allegiance, and unless an emergency, we expect them to always be.
So this year we asked for $1,000. We asked for the grant of $1,000 to be able to do our event and better our community step by step. We'll be making, the money will be used for making 2 sets of t-shirts, shirts for those working at the events, and the people that are attending. We are teams ourselves, and we don't want to be confused with the teams attending, so we're making shirts for the workers there and the people attending the event. The price of the shirts came to $400, and it is necessary that we remain the flow of the event, so that's why we decided to have t-shirts. So we think that about 60 to 80 teens, and we will allow any other people that would decide to help out and also come to the event to participate. So we need $250 for the food and then $250 for the game. We need $50 for the table covers and the balloons. And last but not least, $50 for a thank you, like with candy, small basket.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Chance?
Chance Bonaventura. So I was just wondering, are the shirts just going to be like a one-time use, or are you just going to use them for this event, or do you like design them that you're going to wear them around and spread a message, or what?
Well, I believe for our shirts, we could design them so that we can use them. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. So every shirt would be designed to the point of where anybody could wear them at any time. So well, the design is not exactly put together. We have to figure out what we want to put on the thing. We want to put something on both the front and back, so we figure that out. But we do know the price of the shirts.
Because my only concern would be that, if you're going to do a shirt and it's just for a purpose and we want to spread a message or something like that, but if it's just for a distinction, then the thing, you could buy name stickers for $10 and do that and use the money for a better purpose than, getting the shirt. So unless the shirts are for like to spread a message, or you want to spread awareness of something, or the purpose of the shirts that way. So I was just wondering that way.
Okay. Shania Espy for the record. So you guys did a really great job. Honestly, I enjoyed hearing about the community that you live in, because I'm very familiar with 89106 and how it is around Democracy Prep. My question, I have two questions actually. So with your lockdown or your lock-in, you guys want the money for the shirts. So my thing is, do you guys kind of see another way around maybe providing money for people, guest speakers who can come in and kind of talk to the kids about HIV prevention, career planning, education, the importance of going to college or the military? Because it sounds like the lock-in is more so for kids to come in, but